Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Pip here. Hi, Melly. Nice to see that you're on already and eager. Please do join us and pop a comment in the comments just to say that you're here. If you're in my Facebook group, you need to make sure that you have said yes to StreamYard. I want to just show you this. Look at this gorgeous card. Isn't this amazing? Whoops, there we go. Isn't it lovely? This is from my friend Bronwyn Frankham, who is in Australia. And she sent me this beautiful card to celebrate World Card Making Day. Isn't it gorgeous? So thank you for that. It's lovely. I have thanked her personally. But yes, isn't it gorgeous? And Card Making Day, World Card Making Day is coming up on this Saturday. So hopefully you have joined my free World Card Making event, which is a free event that you can join in. Just hop into the Zoom with us and have a chat. We're going to watch 3 hours of demonstrations from Stampin' Up, and we're going to play along and craft along with them. So head to this URL if you want to book into that. World Card Making Day, free craft along. Oh, excuse me. I got... Oh, I've got a cough. That's unusual. Right, so here we are. We're live. It's live. It's Pip Todman here from queenpipcards.com, just in case you don't know who I am. I run Queen Pip Cards and I sell gorgeous Stampin' Up products in the UK. Woohoo, lovely things. This is what we're going to be working with today. Joyful, Flurry. We're going to be making 3 quick and easy cards, but I'm going to be showing you the dies and everything that goes along with it, so you can step them up if you want to. So we have some great card making to be getting on with, and we've got lots of stuff happening today. And then tomorrow we have our Suite of Possibilities happening as well. So make sure that you check back in here in YouTube, because it will be on my YouTube channel at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, my video hop with Katina Martinez, and it's the Suite of Possibilities hop, and we're talking sweetest Christmas. So there we go. So that's all the information, that's all the news and notes and all that kind of stuff. Now let's crack on and get on with some crafting. Hi Sue, hi Margaret, hi Ange. Excellent, we're all on. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today. So yeah, so it's kind of getting a bit nippy. I've got my thingy on. I can't remember what this is called, but it's like a little scarfy thing, and then I could put my proper scarf on because I got a bit cool, got a bit cold, and it's definitely the autumn equinox has happened. That happened on Friday. So Friday we were balanced, equal length of day and night, and now we're heading into the longer nights and the shorter days as we head on towards Christmas, which means I feel like it's time we can talk about Christmas. Okay, so let me switch over to my hands and we'll put my lights on. There we go. So let's get those going and then we can talk about this. So this is Joyful Flurry. This is the stamp set. So you can see it's a Snowflakes one. And I haven't had Snowflakes for a while. Yes, Melly, I love Snowflakes too. But I hadn't had a set for a while. I don't really know why. But this one, I just loved the simplicity of the snowflakes, the different sizes of the snowflakes. Great words. It's a season of magic and wonder. I love that. Joyful wishes, let it snow. Sending you all the best this new year. I like that too, because you could do it for New Year. And then Happy Christmas, which is just a nice plain one. And then it comes with dies. And these dies are detailed dies. So it's got a couple of nice label dies. And then it's got these 3 detailed dies. And then these. So these are 2 separate things. These ones cut things out. Okay. The labels cut things out. But these dies here, they cut in. So they just cut into the cardstock and then you lift it and you can see what's underneath. So I'm going to talk about that. And but these ones actually cut out snowflakes. This one is actually also like this. It doesn't cut it out, but you can chop it at the corners if you want to. But technically it doesn't cut. So these ones cut inside in the cardstock. And it's probably easier if I show you to explain that. So that's that. They do all fit into the mini, but I've got my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss behind me because these ones, I feel like you'd want them on a larger piece of card so you could see them a bit better. So I've done them like that. So, but we're going to start off just with the stamping. And I have gone for non-traditional colours because I love non-traditional colours. And then I've got one that's a little bit more traditional for you to have a look at as well in a bit. So I will just show you the colours that I've got for a second. Oh, I've got a question. Hang on. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend this. Will it be found on YouTube later? Also, do you have other classes on YouTube? Yes, absolutely. You can pop onto my YouTube channel. It is here on YouTube and it's live, and then you can watch it back afterwards. So they're all saved on YouTube. And I have one from every week for the last 145 weeks plus more. So yes, you can absolutely see them all on YouTube. There's lots and lots of things for you to have a look at, including some Christmas card ones from last year that you could have a look at, some extra ones. So yeah, I do lots of classes on YouTube. It's Vi from Sweden. Ah, lovely. Excellent, Vi. Yes, of course you can. And Cheryl has joined us as well. Good afternoon. So these are the colours that I love. Okay, so we've got Gorgeous Grape. I'm missing one. I'm just... What have I done with that one? Oh, I missed that one. So we've got Gorgeous Grape, Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. And I'm looking here and I'm thinking I'm missing one. Here we go. Highland Heather. That was the other one I wanted. Highland Heather. So all my favourite. Angela, you'll be very happy with this class because we've got purples in here for you. And then I've cut myself some. I always do this. I always cut myself some bits. So I always cut myself some card layers so that I'm ready to go and do my designing. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of the beautiful Snowflake vellums. So the vellums come like this. This one is brushed. I think you can hear that. It's like a brushed texture on top. Okay, so it's plush. It's gorgeous. So there's snowflakes. Then there's a different kind of snowflakes. Now these normally come 12 by 12. Okay, but here I've got them. I've chopped them down into 6 by 6 so you can see them, but they do come in big. So you get that one in plush, and then you get this one in plush. This is like little a snowdrift, like lots of dots. Gorgeous. And then this one is in holographic. Can you see how holographic? You can see that. Look at that. So holographic, and then again this one holographic, and then again this one holographic. So you've got three different designs in two different makeups, if you see what I mean. So you've got three designs, one in plush, one in holographic. They're absolutely gorgeous. Now they are vellum, so vellum does require some interesting ways of connecting it to your paper and your cardstock because it does see through, obviously. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well as we go. So let's start really simply. Hi from Melbourne, Australia. Hello. Nice to have you here. I don't know who you are, but you need to, because you're in my group, I think, you need to say yes to StreamYard so that you can access, so that it can access your name so that we know who you are. Okay, so I've got some white here, and I'm going to start incredibly simply just with some stamping. Because sometimes all you need is something really simple. You can get that from stamps, especially when it's snowflakes. Oh, look, I should have done this earlier. Sorry. Chat amongst yourselves for a bit. Oh, now I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, actually, for my newbies. If you have trouble with stuff sticking to your cases and stuff, I'm going to talk to you about that tomorrow. Right, so make sure you've got the right one. That's that one. That's that one. Okay, so that's this one. And then we peel off for the backing sheet. And then that leaves the snowflake sticker ready to go. Then we peel off the back of here. And then it leaves the cling ready to be attached. And then we try and work out which way around it is. I don't know if this one makes a difference, actually. Don't think so. I think that's going to fit nicely there. There we go. Yep. And then this one is here. We'll just get these done. And then I can concentrate on the actual. I can't talk while I'm doing that. I need to have that. I need to have a bit of silence there where I'm doing that. Sorry, that takes a lot of concentration. Hi, Monica. We got Monica from coming in from the Netherlands. Hello, that's lovely to see you. How are you? And Angela says she's loving the colours. Yes, I know. They're just. I thought of you every time I do purples. I think of you, my lovely, because you love them even more, if possible, than I do. Well, no, that's probably not possible, but you know, as much, if not the same. Okay, so we'll leave that there for a second. Get rid of all this debris. Okay, so this is where you need your different size blocks, okay? And I do recommend getting the right size for your stamps, because if you try and use if you have that little tiny stamp and you put it on a big block, you're likely to rock in your ink, and then you get ink all over the edge of your stamp, and then when you stamp it down, it don't work. You get messy everywhere. So I always recommend that if you've got the option, do get different sizes of blocks, because they do make a big difference when you're stamping. Okay, so let's get started. I did think I might pull in a bit of polished pink, but we'll see how we go. But to start off with, I'm going to go with my two purples and a blue. Now I need a little bit of grid because I'm going to go off the side. So this is our big grid paper, which you can get in packs of 100 sheets, and I just use it so that I don't mess up my actual table when I'm stamping. And I always start with the biggest element, because you can always add little elements, but it's harder to then add the big one once you've finished. And I always start off, and I'm going to come in, and then I'm going to finish off again. And it's not a lot off, but it's there. Okay, isn't that just a gorgeous snowflake? Then I'm going to go with this one, I think. And this is my Highland Heather. So this is my mid-tone one. And I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not doing, you know, like stamped off or anything like that. Absolutely you can, and I will, but not right this second. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just going to go for a basic stamping look here. Then I'm going to take my darkest one and fill in the little spaces. Okay, because that needs just little touches like so. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm missing something here, but I'm going to put the label across there so we're okay. So see how beautiful they look now, just stamped on their own. Aren't they gorgeous? So pretty. Oh, look, it's Monica's first time catching me live. Thank you. Yes, it is a gorgeous stamp set. Lynn says she loves it. Excellent. Nice. Yeah, it's just so simple, right? So simple, but so pretty. Then I'm going to pull in that darkest purple for my layer, I think. But then I'm going to go with my lightest for my card base. So see, that pulls those together like so. And then we're going to just pop a label on in the middle, but we're going to add just a smidge of vellum. This year it's all been about vellum for me. I want to add it to all of my projects just to add something extra, and I think it's just a nice touch that you can add without too much faff. So let's see, we could just add a little strip. I think I'll just take a little strip off here. but I need to see how big the sentiment is first, and we'll see how we go. So I want to use the Joyful Wishes. So we'll get that one out. And I think this time I'm going to use, here's a thought, what should I use for the sentiment? I think blue. I'm thinking blue. So we're going to go, I'm going to go with Balmy Blue. Let's see how this looks. And then I want to punch it out or cut it out, but I think that punch is just a bit too big. So I pulled out my lovely label punch, but I think it might be too large. Let's have a look. We'll chop it out and have a look. We can always do another one. So we'll do this way around, I think. Joyful Wishes. There we go. Love the crunch of a good punch. Okay. Put that there. It's not too big actually, but it needs edging. Definitely needs something around its edge. So at that point, I'm going to get a little dauber out, and I keep my daubers in a little tray like this. Get a dauber. Whoops! Get a dauber. Don't drop it on your project. Pip. And I'm just going to go around with Gorgeous Grape. Now, if you don't have any daubers, you can just roll. You can just roll your card into the edge of your ink pad like that, but you'll only get it on the edge. Whereas if you have a dauber, you can just sort of add an extra bit to it, a bit of zhuzh. I quite like the idea of that, especially since we're going to put some vellum behind it as well. It really needs to stand out, I think, against all of that. So using the dark Gorgeous Grape is a great way of just, you know, it's like matting it without actually doing a mat or layer. There we go. Make sure you're happy with how much you've got all round. Lovely. Always close your ink pads up in between. See now how much that pops off the page. So much more than it did when it was just white. Just really lifts it. So then we just need a piece of vellum to go behind that. I think that's just a square. We could just do a square for that one, I think. So bring your trimmer, work out how big this is. So it's just over 2 inches, or just over 5 centimeters, about 5.25 centimeters. So I think if we do a 6 by 6, what's this? Yeah. Let's try a 6 by 6 and we'll see. That's centimeters, guys. Okay, so if you're in America, then you will need to do it in inches, which would be probably about 3 1/4, maybe 3.5. You might, sorry, 2.5. You might want to go up even a bit more. Let's do this, and then we want to make sure we've got lots on the edge. I think this way might have more on the edge. Yeah. There we go. So now we're going to pop that on top of that. There we go. So let's now start putting it all together. You can use a tape runner if you want to. I prefer wet glue. Margaret says she's loving the colours. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Really work well together. And somebody on Facebook is saying lovely snowflakes. Fab. They are gorgeous. They are really gorgeous snowflakes. Okay, and then we'll do our card base. So I promised you at least 3 quick and easy snowflake cards, and you're going to get 3. If I've got time, I might even chuck in a more complicated one with the dies, just so that you can see those extra special dies and what they do. We'll see how fast I go. I've explained a little bit more about this one. I'm not going to explain quite so much in the next few as we go through. All right, so now we've got that. There we go. And I'm going to start doing a few more lives, just direct to YouTube. So if you're used to finding me, I'll still do it in my group, but if you're used to finding me on my Facebook page, you might want to start thinking about heading over and finding me on YouTube, just because I quite like the idea of that hanging over. Just because I can't really do anything with it once it's on Facebook, it just kind of sits there and gets lost. Whereas if you know that I'm on YouTube, you'll be able to find me and all my other YouTube. So I feel it's easier for you to find stuff on YouTube than it is to try and find stuff on Facebook. So just to let you know that I'll be sort of starting. So if you're watching on Facebook now, I would start to get used to watching me on YouTube. You can, because it's like a live premiere, you can set notifications up on your YouTube so you'll get notified when I'm going live, as opposed to trying to have to find me on Facebook. So hopefully that would be good for everybody. Okay. So now, and I don't think this needs any extra ribbon. I might add some more sparkles, but I don't think it needs any extra ribbon at this point. Although we are going to look at a bit of ribbon in a minute. There we go. And then probably, the question is, this is where the tricky bit comes in. What am I going to put on there? Iridescence? I'm thinking iridescent, because iridescent will go nicely with the holographic. Iridescents are also the free, they're the free jewels that you're going to get if you place, if you buy one of the bundles that's going to be used on Saturday at our World Card Making event. If you place that order through my shop, put the item code in, you'll get them for free, as long as you're purchasing one of the bundles that we're going to use. So that's either Cottage Rose, Cottage Wreaths, or the brand new, just released, well, early release, Warm Welcome. So if you buy any of those, you'll get a free set of these beautiful pearls, which is pretty cool, I think. Tuck that in there. I'm going to tuck that down there, I think. There we go. So there's my first card. I hope you like that one. Isn't that holographic just amazing? Doesn't it just lift from, you know, just a plain card? I mean, some people might like just the plain card, so there's nothing wrong with doing just the plain card. But I decided I would do that one. Okay, so the next one I want to do, we're going to use some of the plush, and we're going to actually have this as our background. So for this, we will cut this to the second layering measurement, depending on where in the world you are. Okay, there we go. And you get left over with a little strip, which you could easily put behind another sentiment, and then a big strip, which you could which we'll probably use in a minute. We'll use one like it in a minute anyway. I love my strip cards. Okay, so now I'm thinking, let's see which one that looks best over. Oh, that looks really nice against the Bermuda Bay. Kind of goes pearlized, doesn't it? That's really nice. And then we'll use, which should we use as a base? That looks good. Or that looks better. Yeah, I think that looks better. Or we have so many options. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, let's do this one. Let's do this one. So look, the stamp images make great DSP. Yes, absolutely. You can cover the whole sheet and make it your entire background piece. Of course, that's a beautiful way of doing it. Good tip, Julie. Okay, so let's fold this one, and then you can decide how much you want to layer up on top of the vellum. But I would recommend that you do a few bits, because you want to have something that's going to help you keep it down. So you can add glue dots to the back of these, okay, and that will help you secure your vellum because you've got the plush in front of it. So that's what I'm going to do. Because if you put, I mean, you can use this with a sponge all over. It's a bit time consuming, but I like to just add a glue dot behind the plush where you can't see it, and then that way you've got, as long as you've got them like all over. So that's why I say you need to be careful of what your edges are going to be like. That one will be okay, I think. And then make sure you've got some in the middle. So I'm just placing it over the glue dot and lifting it off, so you can see there's one there, one there, one there, one there. I'm going to put one over here in this central piece. And then I'll come down here. So, you know, it sticks really well with the glue dots. You don't need masses and masses of them. As long as you've got, you know, 4 corners done, your centre bits done, then you've probably got done enough. There we go. Okay, so we do that. Now we're going to place it down, just remembering that you won't have that wiggle room that you normally do with a wet glue, but that's okay. And now your vellum's in place. Now you can go ahead and do whatever else you want. So I was thinking that this might look nice with a bit of ribbon through it. I'm wondering. Now this is Tahitian Tide. Okay, so this is a colour that I haven't even got in my list of things, but I think it goes really nicely with that. So I'm going to wrap that twice, because quite frankly, this is a card that's pretty much done. And then I'm just going to add a sentiment to it and possibly a stamped snowflake, because I'm going to do a bow and a bow. Obviously we need a bow, but like if you didn't have anything here to attach the vellum, then wrapping this round and tying a bow would help you attach those together and hold that vellum down in place. So, you know, ribbon can be your friend when you are also working with vellum. And then, oh, I left myself a bit too much there. Do I need that much? Probably not. We'll see. There we go. Pull that in, pull that down. Lovely. And I like this ribbon because it frays nicely, which is a weird thing to say, but it really does fray lovely. So it comes out all kind of like, I do it on this one, show you on this one. Look how, see how nicely that frays, just frays beautifully. So I quite like that in a ribbon. So we'll leave that and it will fray naturally on its own. So we'll do that, and then we'll get some card. Now, what sentiment would we like to put on this? Oh, it's a season of magic and wonder. Or let it snow. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? Let it snow. There we go. Pop this off. Oops. Okay. So who else loves snowflakes? Quite a lot of you are loving snowflakes by the comments I can see. Don't you just think it's a classic Christmas just a classic Christmas card option to use snowflakes. I just think it's brilliant. Now, get my little thingy. And then I'm going to pick up on the Bermuda Bay, the second layer here, and use that. Yep, not bad. Not bad at all. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my really tiny, tiny, tiny stamp. And I'm going to take Coastal Cabana. Oh, Lynn says me. You like snowflakes too, absolutely. And Celine says hi. Hi, Celine. It's nice to see you. Okay, so now I'm going to take my tiny, tiny, tiny stamp and my Coastal Cabana, and I'm stamping it over here first a couple of times just to see how light I can get it. And I really want it light. Almost like you can't see it, but it is there. And then, there we go. And then I'll do one that's just not quite. So there we go. So it's just very casually on the background. And then I'm going to do a slanty one. In fact, would this fit through? I wonder if I've actually done it on a piece that's small enough to go through the die. I mean, if you don't have a die cutting machine, then you can absolutely just cut the slanted ends off. If you do have them, there we go, it'll fit. Yep, it's the same both ways, just checking. It'll fit through this one. There we go, like so. And then we can run that through. I'm just going to do it behind me, okay? So I'll be back in a sec. Just saves me having, whoops, my big plates and everything on the table. Okay. Also stops me shaking, shaking the table as it goes through. So there we go. So now it's got just a few tiny, I don't know if you can see that. I need some more light up here. Can you see it's just got tiny snowflakes on there in the background? It's very, very faint. And I'm going to tuck that behind there and across it. In fact, am I going to do that? Or am I going to, actually, I might put it underneath. Let's pull those together. I might just have it there-ish and on some dimensionals. So let's put that away. So let's attach this to our base. Okay. Pop that down. Just lovely. I mean, it's greens in a complete, but not like Christmas greens. They're like really gorgeous turquoisey greens. Beautiful. And this uses the mini dimensionals. They fit perfectly. So if you grab your mini sheet, they fit smashing along here. And then take those off and pop this on. Tuck it like so, almost so that it's just over that edge there, like that. Okay, and then if you're going to stick diamantes or rhinestones as we know them, or pearls or whatever, then don't try and stick them on. I wouldn't stick them on the plush because it's furry. And we all know that fur doesn't really work with gluey stuff. It tends to come off. So just to be safe, I mean, they might work, but just to be safe, I'm going to put them in between. And here's some I did earlier. Didn't even plan that. Here's some I've done earlier. I coloured these with my Stampin' blends so that they are kind of green. It's a Coastal Cabana or one of these anyway. So these look great. And you can have a mix of some that are coloured and some that are not. See, you want to put one there, right? But let's not. Let's put one just at the end of that one there, like that. And then we can have another one down here. And I kind of want another one. You really do. Actually, I'm going to go a normal one. Down here. There we go. Alrighty, so that's our embellishments for that one. So that's card number 2. Isn't it pretty? And it's pearlized, this vellum, so it's just gorgeous. So that's 2 down. Excellent, you can see it good. It looks fab, pretty cards, lovely, thank you. Yes, the paper is gorgeous. So I'm doing an online class in November. I know we're just at the end of September and I'm already talking about November, but it's because I've got on stage and everything happening in November, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a massive Stampin' Up convention, and it's the first time we'll be back in person in 3 years, and I'm going to Vienna, obviously, so I will be there. And so I'm not going to be around as much to run my normal classes. So I thought I would do an online class. So I'm actually doing one with Joyful Wishes, this stamp set and dies. And it's a stamp camp. So it's lots of projects. And you'll get a tutorial and a video and all that kind of stuff with all of them. So if you're interested in that, there's more information up on the web. And you can also, you'll also get it in tomorrow's treats on Tuesday. Okay, so that's that. So now we need to do another card. So let's see, what should we do next? How about if we die cut out a snowflake next? Because that's still quick and easy as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you could hand cut that, so you don't even need the stamps. You just take the papers. But we will be using these snowflake vellums in that stamp camp as well as the stamps, which is why I wanted to just mention that while we talk about the papers and how gorgeous they are. Right, so let's have a look at our colours that we've still got. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we've done a mix of blues and purples. We've done a green. We haven't done like an all purple. That's quite nice too. Oh, decisions. It's kind of like the first one the other way around. Kind of like the all purple thoughts. I think we're going to do this. And then we'll do some other bits and pieces with it. Yep. Oh, just getting my brain in gear. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do this with this. If you have a snowflakey kind of embossing folder, that would work really well. But I've also got this new whimsical woodland embossing folder. Celine's had to go. See you, Celine. And this is just beautiful Christmas trees, and I thought actually this would go really nicely with this. So I'm going to emboss this and run this through my cut and emboss behind me, so bear with. And I'm just putting it through. Now if you have the big 3D folders like this, you do need plate number 4. It comes with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. But if you have a big shot, if you buy this speciality plate or this number 4 cutting embossing plate, you can use this in your big shot and it works with our embossing folders. So you just need your base plate and then number 4 and then run that through and it works. which is great because then it means that you can, you can use our embossing folders even if you haven't yet gone up to using our die cutting machine. Isn't that lovely? Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Look at those Christmas trees. Aren't they cute? Such fun. So much fun. All right, so we've got this, and you can see how I make my cards and how I do my designs, but we will be doing a little bit more detailed stuff in the stamp camp with the bundle. Put that there, and then I'm going to use just the snow. So I'm picking up the fact that there's little tiny dots in the background of this embossing folder, so this one would work perfectly with that. Chopping it down, so I'm making it like a 5 centimeter 2-inch strip, then cutting it to the first layer level, first layer size, like so. Now you could mat that, but I actually quite like it like that, coming through with it, because it's got the Christmas trees behind. It's already giving it that slightly different colour look. Yeah, I like it just as it is, actually. I'm not going to mat that. Okay, and then we're going to stamp ourselves a snowflake, a big snowflake in Gorgeous Grape, I think. Let's do this one in Gorgeous Grape. I like that. Sue says she loves the embossing folder. It is cool. It is really cool. And Becky's joined us. Hi, Becky. Okay. So if you're watching from Facebook, then just, if you're on my page, that's great. I can see all your comments. I can see who you are in this system that I use. But I can't see you if you're in my Facebook group unless you say yes to StreamYard. So there are instructions in the description. It's just streamyard.com/Facebook, and then we'll be able to see who's commenting. So please do that, and that will help. And that's the same for every time. And I go live in there every week, in here every week. So that's cool. But if you're on YouTube, I can see you. Yay. Which is good, which is another reason why I'm thinking of moving to Facebook. I mean to YouTube. I've lost my dies. What did I do with my dies? There they are. Okay, so let's now cut that out with the big one. And then I've already somewhere, where did I put those? I've already pre-cut some snowflakes. Here we go. Using the glimmer paper, the white. So it comes in white and red. So I've already cut out a few of these, and I thought we could use these. These are from the die set. So I've done some in the white velvet sheets, which is basically this plush, but as a whole solid sheet. And then I've cut this one out and then just snipped off the edges, because this is actually one that you pop up. So that will work. And then I've got this one. So we'll see how we play with those as well, just to save time with die cutting, really, while we're all here. Don't worry, I'm not going to run over and just do YouTube from next week. I'm going to warm us up to the idea. But I will be doing some stuff on YouTube a bit more as we go through the next few months. Okay, so now I'm going to just whiz over and die cut that. Off into training, says to Ange. Oh, thanks, Ange. You never get a long enough lunch break, Ange. It's very hard. Either that or I've gone long again. Have I gone long? No, you just don't get a long enough break. I think you should have words with somebody about that. And Deb's joined us. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. Okay, so well, just pop that out. There we go. See how beautifully that cuts that out? My gorgeous, look at that. Lovely, lovely. So now with this one, now this one's going to be a little trickier because what have I done? I've left myself nowhere to attach my vellum. Yeah, because it's going to be here. I could put some tiny glue dots on if I wanted to, or I could see, have I got some ribbon that might look nice going down here? So this is my other trick. So if you really don't have anything that you can stick it to, I know I'm going to put a snowflake and or a sentiment somewhere around here-ish. So I am going to put just a tiny bit of seal on the back here. Okay, and I use seal because it's dry, so it doesn't make it go crinkly. So we'll put that on there, knowing that I'm going to cover that bit up. Okay, and can you see that you can just see it through? It's not masses, but you can see it. But that leaves this all sort of floppy and flapping, and that's no good to anybody because it will curl in heat. So if somebody puts their card over a hot mantelpiece, you know, with a fire underneath or whatever, it'll warm the vellum up and you'll end up with it. It'll start to droop and curl. So it's always good to try and anchor it down somehow. And so a piece of ribbon from one end to the other is a good way of doing that. And attaching it to the back means it's nice and secure. Plus it's gorgeous ribbon, so, you know, why wouldn't you want to add that to your card? This is our glittery organdy ribbon. Organza ribbon. I always call it organdy. Yeah, organdy. That's right. There we go. So see, that holds it in place. Also gives us another nice vertical, so that then when we come across with our sentiment, we've got a nice horizontal to go with it. And that looks good on the eye. Okay, so that's that. And then this is going to go somewhere across here with a sentiment next to it. And then we can just add some random snowflakes. I like that idea. I don't want to hide that too much. I like the idea of that showing. This obviously we can put on with dimensionals. And I want to see what I'm going to do for a sentiment. So I'm not going right the way to the edge with these dimensionals because I might have a sentiment going underneath. So let's have a look at that. And I think I want to use this one. It's a season of magic and wonder. Isn't it just gorgeous? Now, I've got a large enough piece. It's a bit close. Yeah, this is better. Try this. There we go. So I'm going to do this one in Highland Heather. So it's the lighter version against the dark of the Gorgeous Grape. Or, actually, this could be where I pull in the pink. Oh, actually, that might look really nice in polished pink. Just to bring a different colour in. Look at that. That is yummy. Also very juicy. Don't know, I must have re-inked my ink pad. Oh, Jane's watching quickly while she's at work. I won't tell anyone, Jane. I promise. Tell no one. There we go. So that's why I like, you know, getting the bundle, because the labels go with it and everything, so it all matches perfectly. So we'll pop that down using my washi. And I never try and go right over the image because you can lift the ink off with your washi if you like tear it slightly if you're not careful. So just sometimes it's more sticky than you realise. So just do that. that one out. Here we go. It is a season of magic and wonder. And that would work. Oh yeah, that will work beautifully just there. Like so. So this I'm going to put flat. I think. Again, helps to hold that ribbon down. Make sure it's straight though, Pip. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay, and then this one with our dimensionals on, we can put on here, there, like so. Make sure it doesn't overhang that side. You could, if you wanted to, even put one of these in the middle there and have a bit of glistening going on, but I'm going to put a rhinestone there instead. So for these ones, you can use a dab of glue just in the centre. So put that on. And then this bigger one here as well. And then you can work out where you want to put these. So I'm going to add this one here, I think. And then we'll have this one down here. And this one actually over here, I think, on the vellum. And multi-purpose glue will stick to the vellum like that, so you're all right with that. Again, I'm going iridescent because I love these. They go with everything. Okay. I'm going to put a big one right in the middle of that, like so. This is perfect sizing. And then pop on these little ones, scatter them across the embossing folder, like so. Just add as many as you like. I don't think you can go overboard at Christmas. There we go. So that, oh, it's moved. Come on, stick. It will stick, but you need to hold it. Stick. There we go. That's my third one with snowflakes. Ah, thanks, Julie. That's nice. Julie loves them all. That's great. Cheryl says she's supposed to be working. Oops. Oh dear. Well, you've got to sneak away a bit here, there and everywhere, haven't you, honey? That's the way to do it. So that's my 3 cards. Now let's have a look at the other dies, because remember I said that's the, you know, the stamps, and we've got so many other, you know, so much more you can do with these stamps. So this is just literally a very quick 3 quick and easy Christmas cards done for you. Great designs that you can easily copy. And if you're crafting along at home whilst you're watching this, or if you're going to watch it on replay, get your flurry out, get your flurries out and make along with me. I would love to see your designs. Hop on over into our group, Facebook groups, and share them there. Because I love seeing what you make, especially if you've been inspired by any of my tutorials. That's great. And then if you don't forget to watch out for information about booking that class. You can go on and book it now. The date is not the date of the class because there is no class. Okay. And this is what I'm going to send you out a registration form tomorrow because it's so much easier. So there'll be a registration form link that will go up on this YouTube video. I'm just going to do it straight after this, get it ready for you and pop it up. So you'll be able to register and tell me whether you just want to have the box of materials, whether you want to add on the stamps and dies, or the stamps and dies. So there's various options to the stamp camp, but we're going to have at least 10 projects in the stamp camp, but it will run whenever you want it to run. Everything will ship out the week of the 14th of November. And you'll get an email with all of the tutorials and everything that week in your inbox. So you don't physically have to be at a class at all. You can just choose when you watch it, choose when you do it. So that's the stamp camp that's coming, the Joyful Flurry stamp camp, with this beautiful paper and these cards and dies and stuff and stamps and whatever. So but let me show you these other dies because they are amazing. So let's say we're going to do the big one. Let's do the big one because it's got good impact. And we're going to let's have a look. Let's put that on one of our coloured pieces. Let's use we haven't used Balmy Blue, have we? So let's do that. So we're going to pop that. In fact, let's do all of them. I think we could probably fit them all in here. Maybe not. Let's do this one. This one. Probably get that one, and this one. In fact, let's do that in the other order. That one, and that one. There we go. So we've got 3 on there. Okay, and I'm just going to secure them with a bit of tape. Then I'm just going to run them as they are through my die cutting machine. Now, for these ones, I recommend you run it backwards and forwards a couple of times just to make sure that it has cut all the way through everything. If I turn it over, you can see the intricacy of these. So I pull this off. Okay, let me pull that off. Now I've done this on the this first layering piece on a card. And can you see that you can see through all the holes? But can you also see that these lift? So the idea is that these are pop-up cards. So all of these elements pop up and you just lift them. And if you don't have nails, take your pick tool, turn it over and push. And that's all you do, as if you were popping them out, but they're not actually coming out. They're all staying attached. Okay. And what this does is it means that you now have depth without actually having to die cut and stick anything on top of. Okay, because it's all on one sheet. But you've got depth in your card straight away. So you do that, you turn it over, and then you would attach it. Then you're going to attach it to your card front. And can you see how you can see through to see the colours underneath? See that? Yes, it's Margaret's favourite. It's just beautiful. And in real life, you can, when you sit there and look at it and you just see the different things coming through. And you could add glimmer behind it. So you could put the holographic behind it and then have holographics coming through. That looks kind of funky. That looks very funky because it's on some but not on others. But the holographic is great. Yeah, you could put it on glimmer. So if you had some of the glimmer sheets, you can put glimmer behind it and have that coming through. Or gold. Gold would look lovely, actually. There we go. Like so. That looks stunning. Actually, that is going to look great on there. So then I would just cut this down. And yes, it's a big sheet of glimmer, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to go all the way. So you could do it at like 9.5. So it's your second layer down if you wanted to. As long as you make sure you capture each of the edge pieces. So then that would go on top of there, like so. And then the more you lift it, and the more you have them up. And if you wanted to, you could put like tiny bits of dimensional underneath it, but honestly you don't need it. You just need to, this would be a card I would hand give to somebody though, because if you sent that through the post, then it might flatten them down so much that they wouldn't know necessarily to lift those pieces up. But aren't they gorgeous? So I do love this whole idea of this. And then you just stick that. And normally I put silver or white with this, but actually the gold looks stunning. And then once you've got that, put that down on top of there. I turn it over and make sure it's in place, in the right place. There we go. You can hold it down on the bits where they're not sticking up. And then you could stamp in between, so you could add additional stamping. You know, we could add some additional stamping of snowflakes in between. That would look nice. Might do that now. Might do that with my smaller snowflakes in balmy blue, so it's a bit of a, you know, tone on tone. Otherwise it's a little plain on the outside, I think, so I like the idea of just put a little bit of balmy blue stamping on here. But of course the idea is that you don't go over where you've stamped them, like where you've die cut them out. Yeah, this is looking good now. See, isn't that cool? Such a fun look. That was a bit close. Do this one here and bring this one back in down here. There we go. And then you can obviously attach whatever other embellishments you want into the center of those. So now I've used gold, I'm going to have a look and see what I can put in the middle of that, because our iridescent's not going to work with those, but I'm sure I have other things that would. And you could definitely, as Jane says, we could use Winkostella on it. Yeah, definitely. You could put a bit of Winkostella on it if you wanted to. You could add other snowflakes on there as well. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Festive pearls, perfect. They're called festive pearls, but when you get them, they say red and green adhesive backed pearls. So I don't know what happened there. There was obviously a mix or change of the naming convention between the catalogue printing and the people doing the thingies, but they are the right thing. I've lost my lid. Now, if you were a lid, where would you be? Oh, I don't know. I'll find it in a minute. Okay, so let's go with some right in the middle of that. Right in the middle of that. There we go. That's looking good, isn't it? Pulls the front and the back into it. You could even go all the way down if you wanted to. Put one in there. Put one in there. Put one in there. There we go. Nice. And then you could either add a sentiment or leave it as it is and just let the snowflakes do their magic. Aren't they cool? It's just so clever. So clever. Anyway, so that's the dies, which I really like as well. So that's 4 cards now, but that one, it is quite quick, but it's not, it's more of a, I guess, a technically kind of wow card, that really, in the sense that you've got the dies doing their magic stuff, and you could always put a strip and then do a sentiment or something on top of that, or something, easily add a sentiment to it as well. So that's that. And then don't go anywhere, because we're also going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to be sending one of these cards to somebody. Woohoo! Who wants to get a card in the post? If you do, make sure that you've put a comment in here. I don't have to have shown it. You just have to have commented on the video, and then I'm just trying to get these into a position. I never managed to get them into a nice position where you can see all of them. I'm not good at that. There we go. That's a bit better. So we will pull a comment, and we'll do a giveaway, and we'll send out a card. So make sure you've added your comments into either YouTube or Facebook, whatever you want to do. Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Monica. That's lovely. So we've got hello from Ohio. Hi. That's lovely. Excellent. Monica's me. Yes, exactly. So if you've already placed a comment in, don't worry, you're in the draw already. But if you haven't, then put one in, and then I'm going to share my screen in a second. I'm just getting up my giveaway master little tool, which is so easy to do. It's great. So let's share my screen. Okay, so we're going to create this. We use this broadcast, 3 quick cards, although I did 4, but you know. So here we go, 15 entries. Drum roll, please. Love this bit. Dun, dun, dun. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Celine! Yay! Oh, that's smashing. She's had to go though. Oh, that's a shame. Shall I draw again? Because she's disappeared. No, I'll message her. I'll message her and tell her that she's won. That's cool, isn't it? There we go. All righty. So let's go back to this. Oh, that's a bit bright. Hello from Scotland. Hello. We're just about to get to the end, but don't panic. It'll be here again. You can watch it again on replay, either here or in YouTube. So I don't know which one's my favourite. I love them all. I mean, I do like the purple one. I'm not going to lie, because it is kind of me. But yeah, no, I like them all. Like them all. They're all gorgeous, and it just goes to show what you can do with a good snowflake stamp set when you're in the mood for Christmas. So that's my 3 quick and easy. Oh, that's lovely. Everyone's saying congratulations to Celine. That's so nice. So yeah, please do join me again next week. I will be here as ever, teaching you something new. And if you want to buy any of these products, then all the details are in the description below. And don't forget, book in for my stamp camp. You'll be getting a registration link in here a bit later, so you can join in with that if you liked this set. And you don't have to have the stamp set. You can use one that you've got at home, but you'll get all the materials in a box to make 10 projects. So hopefully you'll enjoy that in November. And I know that seems a long way off, but we're nearly into October. So because we're nearly into October, it's time to think about your Christmas cards. And I know some of you have already got them done already, but if you haven't, now's the time. Alrighty, thanks ever so much for watching and enjoying it today. Thanks for your interaction. It means a lot. And I will see you again, same time, same place next week. Take care for now. Bye-bye.